So now we're gonna do now that we have our song mode ready to go, and what I'm gonna do now is make it easier for myself to mix and master the thing. If I want to go back in here and change it, you should be able to have that power. Now you can also record vocals to the in the file while the MIDI is playing, but when you get to the mixing phase and stuff and you start adding effects, it just starts getting really CPU intensive. So in my opinion, it's best to create WAV files, audio files of your MIDI instruments, and bring them into a new file along with your vocals. If you decide you want to make a change, you can just make a change. But for the sake of this tutorial, we're not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is separate everything. So on Sonar, is a way to just split the instrumental track, and I'm not sure how you do it. So now, before I wanted a simple instrument track, but now I don't want a simple instrument track. The only reason I don't want one on the drums is because of the fact that I want to separate all the drums versus having them be on one track. So remember I said there's going to be 12 tracks, so this is the reason why there's going to be 12 tracks. All these other ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks are going to be separate anyway, so I don't have to worry about those. But this one in particular, since it's got several different instruments on it, or different pieces of the instrument, I want to separate these. And that's what I just did right now. Now I'm also going to look at my drums, and I am going to see how many there are, which I said there's 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm now going to separate the channels in which they come on. So this one's 2, this one's 4, this one's 5, this one's going to be 6, and this one's going to be 7. See, now these are all going in separate channels. And then now I need to create the channels that they're going to be on, because I only have one track. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create multiple tracks. So I right click and let's see. And then let me do it. So I need space, enter multiple tracks, and I already have 1, so I need 6 audio tracks. And then they're going to go to, right now it really doesn't matter where they go to, but let's just say they go to drums for sake of argument. And click F, and I'm going to drag this one down, and I'm going to drag the MIDI channel down. So now my drums are at the bottom, and you see this has a different symbol. This audio track is assigned to something, but these audio tracks aren't. And if you look at their in out, the out goes to the drums, but they have nothing in. And so what we're going to do is take these separate channels and attach them to these. So I go to my input and I select session drummer, and I say track number 2, stereo out. That's the first one. This is the second one. Go here again, and I go, that's the third one, and then go here to the fourth one, here to the fifth one, to here, and you'll notice that those icons are changing there. Sixth one, and to the seventh one. 7, 14. Now when I play, you'll notice that all these have their own separate channels. So all these have their own channels. And it's better for mixing purposes. have there, and I'm not gonna name them yet. Normally I would, but so now we have 13 tracks of music, and I'm sorry, actually one of them is a MIDI track, so it doesn't matter, but it's gonna be 12 tracks of music. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna export them into a whole new file, and I already know what I'm gonna call this song. I came up with an idea while I was bouncing it, listening to it, and I'm gonna call it. I'm going to call it Austin Powers. Alright, go to my Calkewalk projects file, and I'm gonna make a new folder and call it MU Austin Powers. And that's what I'm gonna name this song. And I'm gonna write a song about Mojo and Austin Powers because it just sounds fun. Because I can. Alright, so then instead of bouncing the entire mix, I'm going to bounce tracks. And I don't want an audible bounce, I want a fast bounce. And then I'm not going to worry about naming them. I'm just going to give them wave, W-A-F, because it wants a name. And then I'm going to bounce all of them like so. And it says, you want to create all these? Yes, I want to create all of them. And so what's happening, like I said, is it's creating separated files for the music. And again, if I want to go back and I want to change it, I can always come back to this project file, and change whatever music I want, because it's always going to be the same speed, and I can interchange music and whatever I want. But right now I want separated files, so then when I record my vocals, I can do a complete mix. I can separate everything and pan everything, and then you'll see that when we get there. So this is the end of the production, I guess, side of it. So this is the end of basically putting your beat together. And when I get back, when we go into the next tutorial, the next phase of it, which is part 2, section 2, recording, we'll get into that together. When we get into the next portion, you'll see how we put the vocals together, we write the song, and we take it to the next level. See ya.